So this is a bit of a experiment. Let me know if you think it works or not. Following on from yesterday's painting, I thought I'd try and exaggerate the effect of the sun on the landscape much more, so I got the idea to use my number 4 basting brush to create the streaks pretty much everywhere in the painting, all pointing towards the sun, which you can interpret as sunlight if you like, or shadows. Starting out as usual, wetting the sky in with a little bit of colour with my poor man's hake brush. Don't know where I got that from, but it's fairly useful. And the same range of colours. And a mixture of Payne's blue-grey there. I'm going to have to buy some more Payne's blue-grey because that's now run out. And deliberately using each stroke pointing towards the sun. Creating ridges in the landscape, but again pulling the brush out away from the direction of the sun. A little bush there or something, casting a shadow, so that's a slightly different approach, a different way of thinking I'm trying to do. But of course we have to have the undersea green because I am using a sort of combination of letting the paint do what it wants to do, but as you see me there trying that rather strange looking run, trying to control it a little bit. And of course the brown madder because. But again, trying to focus the direction of the painting, everything towards the sun. And some fairly potent new Gamboge. Keeping an eye on that bleed up into the sky, see where it's going. If it starts misbehaving, I shall correct its behaviour, but so far I'm happy with it. And the rolling pen just putting some trunks into the forests. While you're watching me paint this, I'll tell you a little story. I don't know if it's true or whether it's just apocryphal. I hope it's true. Let's just pretend it's true, shall we? There was a pottery class, and one day the teacher gave them an assignment to, I don't know, make a vase or something. But he split the class into 2 groups. And he told one group, the first group, that he was going to grade them based on the quality of the work they did. And to the other group he said he was going to base the grades on the quantity of the work they did. So of course he gave them 3 weeks or so, and the first group were looking at the ceiling and going for long walks, trying to find inspiration, trying to focus all of their energy into this one fantastic piece they were going to produce. They had plenty of time. They just had to come across the right idea, the right design. And of course the other group, who were going to be judged on the number of pieces they produced, they just got on with it. Just started making vases right, left and centre. Dozens of them. And at the end of the 3 weeks, who do you think produced the best work? That's right, the group that had just done lots and lots and lots of work had just got better with every piece they did. So I hope you get the moral of that story. Just work your off. If you want to improve, if you want to see improvement, work every day, work as often as you can. Don't worry about the result. Do something, learn from it, move on. I reckon I've put in my 10,000 hours or so, with something like a 30-year career behind me as a commercial illustrator, professional illustrator, 100 or so assignments every year, 3,000 professional assignments, something like that. As I said, I've put in my 10,000 hours, but I still keep going. I still want to do something new, still learn from other people. So I hope that if you think this painting doesn't work, that we can both learn from it. I'm not sure. Anyway, still focusing on creating the rays of the sun as best I can. Trying to even out the colours a little bit, so that I've got a little bit of the yellow to the left there, a little bit of green, the undersea green also to the left, to balance the trees on the right, sort of implying shadows, doing something like that, and deciding for this time around that there's just somehow too much white, even though I've left lots and lots of white in my previous paintings. Just thinking there's a little bit too much white in this one. Strange. A little bit of red there on the left, just to balance the red on the right, and deciding that the best way to lose some of the white is with the spray bottle. Let the colours which are still wet run into the white. Quite a lot of work with the ruling pen. It's not a con holder. Just creating a feel of grass, and of course the obligatory fence help define the landscape. Deciding this time to lighten the colour, as you can see that's the brown madder, to imply that the strong sunlight is burning the colour out to an extent, and trying to imagine that the ground just in front of us is a steep slope down towards the middle ground. And then there's a field on the left there, which I'm going to divide into two, stopping at that green blob in the middle, which I'm imagining is a tree, and then the other ruling pen that I used to paint with puts a bit blob of colour onto the damp paper there. I'm not following any lines in particular, but splitting up that area, making it look like a field going that way. Sorry about the slightly balding head that looks like a toilet brush there, but sometimes you have to have a close look at what you're doing. the same thing for the ropes, making them red instead of black. So disappearing over some sort of rise is what I'm aiming for there. And again the fence disappearing behind the green blob, which we're calling a tree. And there was obviously a post missing there, so in with that quickly before anybody notices. And then deciding in a world's first that I'm going to put some shadows in, which I haven't done in any of my previous paintings. I like this basting brush because it breaks up a lot, but sometimes it's a bit frustrating that it breaks up too much, and then that was probably a bit too strong a shadow. But I can damp that down with some tissue paper. And there it is. I added the world's first, a little chap in the far field walking his dog. Let me know what you think. Cheers.